It's daffodil season here at the Bickett Hubbles, and I wanted to show you the drifts of daffodils that have come up before they fade. I'm always so excited when they come up, and then I get so upset when they fade because they're so delightful, but they don't last that long. So let's take a look. This is actually my favorite and the showiest of the daffodils. This is called the Las Vegas Daffodil. It's really enormous. It's probably about maybe even 6 inches across and has a huge center flower. And it has just been so showy. But the funny thing about it is that it is pointing towards the house. So in other words, the neighbors really are not able to appreciate it because I don't know why, the way I planted it or what, but it's pointing towards the house, you can see, and not towards the not towards the street. So that's daffodil number 1. This isn't exactly a drift, it's kind of a line of daffodils, and more of them will soon come up. You can see that little one down there is coming up. I think this is called a Fortissimo Daffodil, and it's unusual because it has a large sort of orange tipped center. Now behind these daffodils I've planted some alliums, so hopefully those are going to grow up taller, but not at the same time. I thought they would produce at the same time and be a real show of color, but that's not going to happen. Here's the third drift of daffodils, and I don't know the name of these. They're small. They're maybe at the most 4 inches across, and they're white with a little yellow center. They're very sweet, and I can see how they would be really lovely if you had, you know, dozens and dozens of them. They're not very showy, but they're very, very delicate. Here's a drift of daffodils in the backyard, and I think that these are very traditional looking daffodils. They're just all yellow. This one in particular is quite beautiful. But I'm pretty sure these are Home Depot daffodils. At the very beginning of quarantine, we were wandering through Home Depot, and I just, you know, they come in these huge bags of like 25. So I think I bought a bag and I just planted them all right here. So there we have the Home Depot daffodil. And here's a bonus. Beautiful tulips. A little tiny drift of tulips coming up. They are very robust looking and a very bright color that has not faded, which is something that tulips do. I have some salmon tulips in the front yard that actually, the minute that they popped, they kind of started to fade. But I love these little guys here, and they apparently come up every year, so maybe I'll replant them. It's gonna be a great spring.